Josh Holloway and J.J. Abrams' reunion crime show debuts to impressive Rotten Tomatoes score higher than Lost's final 4 seasons. Josh Holloway and J.J. Abrams' reunion show, Duster, has debuted with a higher Rotten Tomatoes score than the last 4 seasons of Lost. Holloway was at the forefront of Lost's cast as James Sawyer Ford, a conman with a tragic past who was one of the survivors of Oceanic Flight 815's plane crash. 15 years after Lost aired its series finale, Holloway and co-creator Abrams have reunited on Duster, which sees getaway driver Jim Ellis, Holloway, working with FBI agent Nina Hayes, Rachel Hilson, to take down a criminal syndicate. As per Rotten Tomatoes, Duster has debuted with an impressive 93% score based on 14 reviews. This is higher than the Tomatometer score from Lost's final 4 seasons, with Season 3 at 71%, Season 4 at 89%, Season 5 at 92%, and Season 6 at 69%. Since Duster's score is based on only 14 reviews so far, it will likely fluctuate, and a Popcornmeter score will also be added once general audiences are able to see the show following its May 15 premiere on Max. Duster's Tomatometer score indicates that it could rival Lost's best seasons. The 93% average is only below Seasons 1 and 2, which have respective scores of 96% and 100%. Seasons 1 and 2 are arguably when the hit series was most popular, and having a comparable level of quality would speak volumes about Duster's quality. Despite their 71% and 69% scores, Season 3 and Season 6 contain many of Lost's best episodes, and it would be impressive for Duster to have episodes that are even more compelling. Many Duster reviews emphasize Holloway's performance as being one of the best parts of the show, delivering a performance that is equally charming and exciting to watch. Seeing Holloway in a leading role again, and in another Abrams television show, is one of the main draws, but many reviews also praise the performances of other members of the cast, especially Hilson and Keith David. These performances are among the key reasons why Duster is already winning over critics. With Lost being my all-time favorite show, it will be incredibly difficult for Duster to rival or surpass it. That being said, the debut Tomatometer score and positive reviews are promising, and suggest that this could be Holloway's best show since Lost. He had a leading role in USA Network's Colony and a recurring role in Yellowstone Seasons 3 and 4, but Duster seems like it could be even bigger than Holloway, and its success could lead to more leading role opportunities in the coming years. When word first broke that Lost alums Josh Holloway and J.J. Abrams were reuniting for a new crime drama, skepticism ran high. Could lightning strike twice for the Dream Team behind one of the most iconic shows of the 2000s? Would audiences accept Holloway outside the smoky, sand-swept ruins of the island? And most pressingly, could Abrams resist the urge to overload the plot with mystery boxes that never get opened? As of this week, the answer to all 3 questions seems to be a resounding yes. The pair's new series, Echo Division, premiered last Friday on Primewave Plus, and in just one weekend, it has stunned both fans and critics alike. Currently sitting at a 94% critic score and 96% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, the show has officially outpaced the final 4 seasons of Lost, each of which hovered between the high 60s and low 80s on the review aggregator during their original airings. What is Echo Division? Set in a near-future Los Angeles where surveillance AI has made human detectives all but obsolete, Echo Division centers on former FBI agent Avon Ridge, Holloway, a deeply haunted man lured out of retirement when a series of brutal copycat murders resurface from cases he once solved decades earlier. Ridge is partnered with Cass Vega, played by rising star Tati Gabrielle, a tech-savvy young analyst with a mysterious past and a deeply personal connection to the crimes. The title Echo Division refers to a now-defunct unit that specialized in psychological profiling, shut down after a series of classified disasters. Now, as Ridge and Vega dive into the eerie patterns emerging across the city, they begin to realize that their cases aren't just connected, they're orchestrated. Add in time-coded messages, memory manipulation, and a creeping sense that Ridge's own mind may be part of the crime scene, and Echo Division becomes a taut high-tech noir that wears its Abrams pedigree proudly, but with far more restraint than past efforts. Josh Holloway. From Sawyer to something deeper for Holloway. Best known as the rugged, wisecracking con man James Sawyer Ford on Lost. Echo Division is being hailed as a career-defining turn. Gone is the sarcastic grin and shirtless swagger. Ridge is older, slower, and layered in trauma. "It's the role I've waited years to play," Holloway said in a recent interview with Vanity Fair. There's a dignity to Evan's pain. He's broken, but still dangerous. A wolf with a limp. Critics agree. The Hollywood Reporter called his performance a haunting evolution of the anti-hero archetype, and the New York Times praised his quiet, smoldering tension that replaces the Southern charm he wielded so effortlessly on Lost. Fans, meanwhile, are thrilled to see Holloway back in a role with bite. Social media lit up over the weekend with hashtags like #Eckeridge and #SawyerisBack, with some fans joking that Ridge is what Sawyer might have become had he ever escaped the island's purgatory. J.J. Abrams evolved. Perhaps the biggest surprise is Abrams himself. Known for his mystery-heavy, sometimes meandering plots, Alias, Fringe, Lost, and of course Star Wars. Echo Division represents a more mature, calculated form of storytelling. Gone are the endless rabbit holes and twist-for-twist's sake reveals. Instead, Echo Division builds its suspense methodically. Each clue feels earned. Each character's backstory is folded into the mystery without feeling gimmicky. Abrams, who co-created the series with Westworld writer Gina Atwater, told The Wrap, "I've learned that answers matter just as much as questions. We're still playing with time, memory, identity, but we're not dangling mysteries we can't pay off." It's a welcome shift. While Lost was a cultural phenomenon, its last few seasons, especially the divisive series finale, were marred by accusations of convoluted plotting and unsatisfying answers. Echo Division, on the other hand, promises a tight, 3-season arc with a full conclusion, according to showrunners. A Rotten Tomatoes triumph. Rotten Tomatoes' certified fresh badge was awarded within 48 hours of Echo Division's release. By comparison, Lost's final 4 seasons only achieved moderate acclaim. Season 3 to 72%, Season 4 to 88%, Season 5 to 86%, Season 6 to 65%. In contrast, Echo Division's pilot episode alone has been called the best thing Abrams has done since 10 Cloverfield Lane, and a spiritual successor to the golden age of prestige sci-fi. Audiences are particularly praising the show's rich atmosphere, stylish cinematography, think Blade Runner 2049 meets True Detective, and the layered, slow-burn chemistry between Holloway and Gabrielle. Fan theories and future twists. Despite Abrams' more grounded approach, Echo Division hasn't abandoned its roots entirely. Eagle-eyed fans have already begun dissecting clues and hidden symbolism embedded in the show's production design and dialogue. One major theory gaining traction is that Rich himself may be a retired subject of the experimental Echo Mind technology, a device hinted at in Episode 2 that allows memories to be transplanted between individuals. Could Ridge's guilt be someone else's memories implanted in his brain? Another theory suggests that Cass Vega is actually the daughter of one of Ridge's former teammates, someone who died under mysterious circumstances during the fall of the original Echo Division. If true, her mission may be as much about revenge as justice. The road ahead. With its high Rotten Tomatoes score and buzzworthy debut, Echo Division seems poised to become Prime Wave Plus's flagship series. The streaming platform, which has struggled to compete with giants like Netflix and Max, may have just found its killer app. J.J. Abrams, for his part, says this show is the most personal thing I've written in a decade. And with Josh Holloway finally given the range he deserves, the duo seems to be correcting past missteps and redefining the sci-fi crime genre in the process. Whether Echo Division will stick the landing remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, the island is long gone, and Holloway has never looked more at home.